On today's special show, meet the guy who did this, Perth finally gets some Tesla love, and a whole lot more. G'day, my name's Chris and thanks for clicking the link. Please do consider subscribing if you enjoy this sort of content. If you want to see more like it, consider joining me over here on Patreon where you get early access to news, polls, behind the scenes and content that you just can't get here. And a big thank you to my producers Adam Tyson, Alan Byrne, Ashley Hill, Chaotic Media Technology, MN ICT Specialist, Nigel Farrier and Tessa Nagong. Today's episode is special to me because it actually marks the 300th video I've produced. I've actually made more than that, but when I created my YouTube channel many years ago, I originally posted like travel and family events and the occasional technology piece. But in 2018, I decided to take it up a gear and make it a serious hobby, aka side business. At first, I did a lot of tech videos with some focus on renewables and electric vehicles, but after many years of watching like other YouTubers cover content that I'm passionate about, that is to say renewables, EVs and the like, it occurred to me that there wasn't a lot of coverage from an Australian perspective. So in January 2019, I kicked off this series and to date have made more than 230 videos on renewable power, electric vehicles, wind, solar, battery storage and more. I'm glad you've tuned in to see what I've learnt about and hopefully you've learnt something on the way too. Maybe you shared it with friends, had a bit of a laugh with me and I want to thank you for doing that. Also, a big thank you to my patrons who support the work that I do because doing this isn't easy nor cheap. And look, thanks patrons over there, big wave to you. Being a special episode, I'm very excited to bring you some awesome content with thanks to the Clean Energy Council. They've launched a campaign to change the way people think about renewable technology. How right now, across Australia, renewable energy is powering millions of homes and businesses. It's creating thousands of jobs and reducing bills. And importantly, it's not a passing phase. Renewable energy is here and now, and it's growing faster than ever. Enjoy.
Yeah, but as if that battery's going to make that much difference.
Dad, they're good for the environment.
Yeah, but where's the jobs in those?
That's a lot of solar panels.
Yeah, but
it's not like dams power much.
Well, try more than 80% of Tasmania and thousands of jobs across Australia.
Yeah, but
No more yeah buts. Renewable energy is here now.
Viewers from Europe will most likely have seen these by Electric Assisted Vehicle Limited. Designed for narrow European towns and last-minute deliveries, they have announced the next transport solution. Meet LINC. No, not that link. This link. This is EVIE's lightweight inner city solution. Basically, a small van. Featuring in-hub electric motors, an aluminium skateboard chassis, removable interchangeable lithium-ion battery packs, LINC has a range of 160 kilometers within an urban and intra-urban environment. A feature that I like is that the driver's cab can be either located on the left or right hand side of the vehicle, depending on what market it is sold in. And it's further future-proof by like a fully autonomous driving system that will mean in the very near future that they can be driven in a train-like format. Imagine that, little Johnny be like, "Hey mummy, check out that train," as it drifts silently past you on the nice little roads. Yeah, this is exciting stuff. Nexport Mobility, an Australian-owned business who already have agreements with BYD to import and sell their electric vehicles, they've entered an agreement with British bus manufacturer Alexander Dennis to bring electric buses to the Australian market in 2022. Now, this is clever. Nexport will assemble Alexander Dennis electric bus bodies and plonk them on top of BYD electric bus chassis in various sizes from 9.7 meters to 12.5 meters. Isn't it great to see manufacturing alive and well in Australia? Sure, they're only putting these things together with a few bits from here and a few bits from there, but No doubt, this isn't an easy task, and I salute Nexport for thinking this up. Deliveries start early 2022, and more information about this story and everything you read or hear today is down below. Staying with Nexport, they've opened up orders for this, the BYD T3 electric van. Equipped with a 49.2 kilowatt lithium-ion blade battery pack, the T3 can do about 200 kilometers of real-world range and is available now to the first 50 customers, starting at, drumroll, $35,000 plus on-road costs. So after you've plonked on some usual import taxes and stamp duty, you're looking at about $38,000, which is Australia's cheapest EV right now. But if you're fortunate to live in one of those states that actually has EV incentives, like $3,000 off, guess what? You're back at $35,000. Very impressive, and no doubt businesses will be looking to these to actually provide their deliveries, which could be clean, green, no emissions, thanks very much, and a heck of a lot cheaper than filling up with dirty petrol and diesel. Well done, Nexport, and yeah, bring on more of them. 50 is great, but more please, more. Time for a quick round of bites. Ford has announced a new learning laboratory facility located in Michigan, America. Called Ford Ion Park, its role will be to house the global battery research and pilot manufacturing plant that will allow Ford to actually quickly try new battery cell designs, examine how to improve battery range, and lower cost to customers. This $185 million campus will employ more than 200 engineers, researchers, and support staff. Ford says that its first goal will be to develop more robust lithium-ion batteries, solid-state battery cells, and optimize its value chain. More information down beneath. What Car, UK's biggest car-buying brand, has released its 2021 Best Electric Car Awards, and due to the fact that they're located in the United Kingdom and by extension only have limited availability to right-hand cars, this is their top picks. Best Small Electric went to the Fiat 542 kWh Icon family car. Family car, Volkswagen's ID3 58 kWh Pro Performance Life. Best Small Electric SUV is the Kia e-Niro 46 kWh 2. Large version, Skoda's Enyaq iV. Tesla's Model 3 Long Range got the gong for Best Executive Car, and if you're looking for performance, the Porsche Taycan for S Performance. Again, remembering that in the UK, like in Australia, they won't see the Tesla Model S Plaid until the end of 2022. That's like 17 months away, folks. So they gave it to, the Porsche. So what do you think? Are they right with their findings? For me, half of these cars are available in Australia now, with more coming online soon, and I think they got it right. Obviously, I will change my mind when we see the Tesla's Model Y out here, and hopefully more from BYD and others. But I think they've drawn some very fair conclusions, and if I was to recommend cars to people, either on fit for purpose or budget, I will be recommending these two. Haven't done one of these in a while, so let's crank up the old Charging Australia. Tesla has opened in Karrinyup, that's northwest of Perth in Western Australia, a 6-bay V3 supercharging location. Finally, right, Nigel? He's one of my producers who lives in Perth and has been long frustrated, like many hundreds of other Tesla owners in WA, by Tesla's lack of charging options in the state. This makes actually the second supercharger located in that massive state of Western Australia, which is actually like approximately 4 times larger than the United Kingdom. Yep, it's big and mostly populated on the western seaboard. But still, Elon, this is great. And please do keep going north and east. There's huge gaps of charging infrastructure over there, and more could be done. That'd be perfect, thank you. Next up, the EV Charging Network Company has opened its third charger in Tasmania. Located in Westbury, Chief Executive Officer Chris Mills said at the opening, Westbury has been a rest stop for travellers for thousands of years, from first Australians to bullock drivers, stagecoaches, motor vehicles, and now EV drivers. Westbury has become a unique place for tourists in northern Tasmania. EV drivers can now mix the old with the new at this charming and historic town before hitting the road again. Whilst recharging in 15 minutes with our centrally located 350 kilowatt chargers, EV drivers can grab a snack at IGA and explore the beautiful preserved heritage buildings, tranquil gardens, vintage cars, and the largest collection of antique steam engines in the world. Couldn't have said it better myself. Congrats to Tesla and EVIE in opening this important charging infrastructure. To help introduce my next story, I'm going to invite my good friend, Oprah Winfrey. The Australian Renewable Energy Agency has announced under the Future Fuels Fund program first round funding, which will see more than 400 public fast charging stations installed across Australia. This is huge, and they're going to be working with like 5 different companies, and I guarantee you there's most likely, I think definitely going to be one near you. So in a sec, I'm going to show you the maps that Arenas provided and detail some of the background as to what's going on here. So if you need to pause the video, please do, because I'm not about to read out 403 places. No. Alright, let's get into it. EVIE Networks will install 158 public fast charging stations across 8 regions with the help of ARENA funding to the tune of $8.85 million. Ampol, yeah, the petrol people, is going to commission 121 fast charging stations across 4 regions with thanks to a $7 million grant. NG, they will install 103 public fast charging stations to the tune of $6.85 million, and like Ampol, they'll be in 4 different regions. ChargeFox will receive $1.4 million to deliver 16 public fast charging stations across 2 regions. And finally, Electric Highways Tasmania will install 5 charging stations across 1 region, courtesy of a $400,000 ARENA grant. So, did you see any dots near where you live or perhaps frequently travel? For me, the Melbourne map is super impressive and builds out the state in an most excellent way indeed. Keep an eye out for these guys, girls, and do let me know if one is being installed near you and if perhaps you want to do a little bit of a video on it. That'd be awesome. Alright, so I'm here at Melbourne Airport on a very windy day, and there's a jet behind me that seems to be doing some engine testing, I'm guessing. And the hangar behind me is not the one in the video, but the actual one behind that, hangar 141, was where they did the infamous Qantas stunt with the Tesla Model X. And in a second, we're going to meet David Hogg. All right, so David, can you tell us a bit of the background? Like, how did you even get chosen for this?
Well, it started when I was working for Qantas at the time over the hangars just behind us here, and I'd left for the day, got home, and about 6 o'clock at night I got a phone call saying would I like to come back and drive this car. Totally unaware. I'd heard of Tesla before but never sort of really paid too much attention to it, so I came back to work. And lo and behold, they had this Tesla there, and they filled me in about what we're going to do with the car. We're going to tow a 787. They already had one in the hangar, and the guy turned up from Tesla, and he said, "Oh, you better drive the car first." And I went for a drive with the car. He took me for a drive, and then he showed me what it could do. Ludicrous mode was, quite impressive. I was actually thrown back in the seat when he gunned it, I suppose is the term, put his foot down. And we went back to over where the tower was, and we swapped seats. We had 5 people in the car as well. and he just said to me, you know, give it a go. So I gunned it, and yeah, within 4 seconds I was up to 100 k's, you know, on the back road there at the airport. Yeah, real great fun. Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun, because I guess over there it's private land, so you could do whatever speed you want, right?
Yeah, there was no on the back road. There was I think it was an 80k speed limit, but there was no one around. But when we actually come to doing on tarmac, then we could sort of have a bit of a free for all. So it was good.
Yeah. Now appreciate, like a 787, it's like 115,000 kilograms unladen. So did it have petrol in the tank?
The night it came into the hangar, not sure, empty of passengers. We only had an engineer upstairs on the brakes. I only towed it about 15 metres just to see if the car would actually move the aeroplane. We did have a bit of wheel spin. The fact that the hangar floor had just been painted.
Oh yeah.
So there was a bit of wheel spin there, but it towed it, and it stopped it as well. Although we had the engineer upstairs to stop the car, because the car won't stop it. 140 tons would stop it, but it was very slow, just to make sure we could get the aircraft moving. And we had a controlled environment, so it was really good. Yeah,
that would be awesome. And look, I appreciate that. You know, anyone who actually has ever towed a caravan, the heavier they are, they actually have brakes included. So what they did in the plane is quite normal, really.
Yeah, they stopped the car. Yeah, the car wouldn't have been able to pull the plane up. The only thing the car had to take was the weight of the tow bar. The tow bar itself weighs 500 kilos.
All right.
So that's only about 1.5 meters in length. But there's some severe weight there. So they had a special tow hitch, which was covered up.
Right.
So no one could take any pictures of it or anything like that. So that was always covered up. And yeah, we just, they hooked it up, and you know, when you put something on the back of your car, it just sinks.
Yeah.
That's all I could feel.
Right.
It was just this tow bar on the back of the car. And that was it. Yeah, it's a standard normal tow bar hitch that you get on any normal car.
Did Tesla want to actually do the driving of the car because it was their car? And then how does Qantas then feel about that because it's their plane?
Well, my understanding is Tesla said, yeah, we'll supply the driver, all that sort of stuff. And Qantas have turned around and said, well, there's insurance issues. I wasn't told, I was sort of told in a roundabout way, but put two and two together, it's quite understandable. If Tesla were to bend the plane, then it opens up Pandora's box with insurance coverage and all that sort of thing. And I've been towing aeroplanes for many, many years, and the opportunity was there, and I thought, yeah, well, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
I'm sure every Tesla driver's dream to do something like that, you know, have a go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, appreciate that. And you know, one of the big myths out there is that EVs can't tow. And when this video came out, a lot of people were like, well, no, actually they can tow.
Yeah, say the aircraft, the actual day of the event was about 6 weeks later. And I was only notified again the day before the event happened.
Yeah.
Turned up to work at 5:30 in the morning. The camera crews were here. The guy from Tesla, I met him at the gate, and he said, right, you're good to go? I said, yeah. Well, he said, take the car for a spin. I'll go and have breakfast. So I took a few friends from work round on tarmac for a bit of a spin, and then I went and got a 55-ton Bliss Fox tug, so I could actually move the aircraft from its parking position into the position for the first tow of the day. And then I went and got the Tesla, brought it back, and then we hooked up and went through. We did four runs. Four runs. Right. The battery was on about 80% when it turned up, and after 4 tows we were down to 75%.
75?
75.
75, that's pretty good.
So didn't hardly use anything.
Radio.
So, and I'm not a techno geek or anything, I just looked at what was on the charge there. The guy's name was Robert, I think, or Richard, something like that, from Tesla. And he said the car performed extremely well.
Sure.
I could actually see all the cooling fluid, because he has the codes to get into the electronics of the car. The big screen on the dash. Like the big iPad, you could see all the works of all the cooling fluid going through the systems, And it was, quite impressive
Right,
to
yeah.
see it all. So he said if it goes red, then we're in trouble.
Okay.
He said, but no, most of it stayed green. I think we got to a point at some stage where we had a bit of, it got a bit warm.
Yeah.
But the actual ground that we were towing on, it's actually an incline. The first part of it was an incline, so I was
Upwards?
actually
Uphill?
uphill.
Really?
Yeah, and then once you got over this lip, then it sort of planed out a bit.
Alright.
So the biggest thing was just getting it moving. Once we got the momentum there, it was reasonably easy.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the thing with all towing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so range would have been affected if you went up lots of incline, but not in this situation, I guess, you know. Nice, clean tarmac.
Yeah. Well, the actual when you tow aeroplanes from the hangar, it's actually uphill all the way.
Okay.
So slow uphill, yeah. So when you get a heavy aircraft to tie up just with the normal tugs, they do struggle a bit uphill.
Do
so, but the tester was fantastic. It was great.
That's good.
So yeah, it was a good day.
Yeah.
They also,
So what was you feeling about it? Yeah, what was your takeaway?
now I thought about it after the last couple of days with that Facebook stuff. I just think to myself, it was pretty special. You know, I'd buy a Tesla myself personally further down the track when I finish work, when I don't have to go off road or anything for my job that I do at the moment. Then as a smaller car for me and my wife would be I'll definitely look at something like that.
Well, maybe a Model Y will be up your alley.
What a model! I don't even know what a Model Y looks like. So yeah,
it's an SUV, and people have modified them to actually go off road.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that one that Elon Musk.
The Cybertruck.
That's a bit
there you
out there. Yeah. So, but Elon Musk actually commented on the tow itself as well.
Yeah.
He said, "Well done to the crew" and that sort of stuff. It was on Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't personally have a Twitter account, but there was.
I'll go look for that.
Yeah, there was. He did make a comment of it, and there was a news article as well.
Yeah.
I believe someone has put on that Facebook page about the tow itself as well. But one thing I did like about it was the music. I thought the music was really suitable for the advert that they put out. It was awesome. I can't remember the guys' names that did it, but they did a fantastic job. The production team, they had a helicopter here as well. So we had a helicopter, as we were towing, the helicopter came right towards us at ground level and went over the top of the plane.
Wow.
So it was quite impressive.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was full on.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think some of those shots I don't really appreciate some of the shots that they use on that.
Yeah, it was. They had a full helicopter crew. I think at one stage they had 2 helicopters turned up, and one of the ladies that worked for Qantas, she was in charge of the public relations. They all went up in the helicopter as well, so they got to see the bird's eye view of it. All air traffic was kept away from us as well, so it's all above board, all safe. Yeah, so it's good.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, great stuff.
Good on. Well, look, thanks very much, David, for coming on the show. Do appreciate it.
No problems, anytime.
All right, cheers.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks very much. Cheers, thank you.
Well, that gets us to the end of another episode. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, do consider subscribing. After all, it's free. No harm, no foul. If you want to support the channel at the next level, do join us over here on Patreon, where from as little as $2.50 per month, you get early access to news, polls, behind the scenes, and a lot more that you just don't get here. I will continue doing these videos, and I hope you continue watching them. And again, if you've got any questions or comments, whack them down beneath. But otherwise, you be good and you be green.